conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Robert Covington. Lowry out there with Norman Powell. And it's T.J. Warren. And it's Adebayo in at center. Lowry against Westbrook. Pass to Warren. Lets it go from 11, and he knocks down the jumper.
Well, this guy loves to take advantage of mid-range shots. T.J. Warren in his comfort zone there.
Westbrook kicks to Randall. Passes it to Mitchell. The Celtics working the ball around now, and it's Westbrook missing. Outside, Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
The first free throw is good. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey.
Brooklyn with the ball. Powell in the high post. He's against Kuzma. Now here's Covington. He's defended by Randall. Launches a 3, and Robert Covington gets the 3. Covington's got 5 now.
Robert Covington has put in the time to make himself a long-distance threat.
Mitchell finds Westbrook to end the run. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Westbrook.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Now here's Powell to the paint. And Adebayo throws it down.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Mitchell outside. Randall outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Randall.
And the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Both free throws good from Randall.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league. 80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Westbrook with a wide open look. Boston, no good that time either. And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Kick to Mitchell. Here's Kuzma. Sinks the three-pointer. Kuzma's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Celtics.
Well, to me, this is what great point guards do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrating just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
Now, here is Lowry. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. That one's not going to go. Westbrook with the nice D there. Mitchell against Powell. And it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Powell, that's good.
Well, this guy very capable of capitalizing close to the rim. Norman Powell making an impact inside.
Outside Westbrook. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Powell kicks to Lowry. Here's Adebayo. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. Mitchell wide open. And he hits it to tie the game up. Mitchell's got 5.
Well, the ability to rise and fire in catch-and-shoot situations, he keeps the defenders off balance.
And Warren, here we go. And it's good, 2 points. Warren's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now the pass to Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Well, the craftiness of Russell Westbrook down low. This guy excels at drawing contact close to the basket. Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
First one falls for him. And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so productive from the point guard position. It's extraordinary.
That one is no good. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Here's Mitchell, following the basket by T.J. Warren. Outside Westbrook. Good on the three-point shot.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
Good on both.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
Now Warren following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Lowry, good.
Well, a trifecta from Kyle Lowry. This guy gets great lift on his jump shot.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Lowry with the ball. Pass to Warren. Throws it up high. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Warren against Westbrook. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there. Just calmly rises and fires.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. Tonight's game will be the 4th meeting of the season against the Celtics, and they're looking to take the season series 3-1 with a win. Coach knows that won't be easy, saying, the way Brad Stevens coaches his teams, they just get better and better throughout the year. We'll be facing a much better team tonight than the team we got wins off of earlier in the season. We just have to show that we've improved as well. We'll see who's ready for their close-up tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Celtics trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Some changes for Boston. Turner's checked in for Julius Randle. Devin Booker comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Dragic in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Brooklyn, Robinson's checked in for Robert Covington. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Norman Powell. Count that one.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Nets leading by 7. Here's Lowry. Pass to Warren. Charity strike shot. Again, the Nets for 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Booker dishes to Turner. To the wing right side. Kuzma outside. He can't get that one. Nice D from Warren. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's sent back by Turner.
I tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
And you look at the cast-offs that have found success in Brooklyn, Doris, a great part of the Nets story.
And I think what the players appreciate is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special.
Two.
He misses the free throw. Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I'm going to mention two guys who I think could be considered combo guards, guards who can play one or two, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But two of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade, Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, two names to keep an eye on.
Now here's Booker. No points in the game yet for him. That one goes in.
Yeah, the thing about Booker, not necessarily the quickest twitch athlete. He uses that smooth handle to gain separation.
Here's Lowry. 10-point lead. Passes it to Wood. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Devin Booker. The Nets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Two.
And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are two of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
Dragic the pass to Harrell. Now here's Turner. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nets leading by 11.
Yo, check Lowry.
And there's the pass to Schroeder. The Nets working the ball around now.
Over it.
And Warren, here we go. Yes, that goes in. Warren's got 14 points for the game.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
One shot.
And that one misses. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Now, here's Schroeder following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. Schroeder, right side. Pass to Robinson. Over Dragic. They grab their own miss. Warren tries again. They shoot again. And it's sent back by Turner. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
Get open, get open.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 13.
Hey, yo, right here. I see him, I see him.
Just 5 on the clock. From deep. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Wood out there with Warren. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Lowry. And it's Robinson in at the center, locking down the middle. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. And, Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto, to an NBA champion.
Well, I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. The first one falls. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. No good from Dragic.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
It's deflected, and the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. Greg, you talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Whiteside's checked in for the Celtics. Derek Favors checked in for the Nets. Both free throws good from Warren.
Well, you think back to T.J. Warren and how good he has been for the last few years. And yet last season, he took a huge step forward by adding the three-pointer to his arsenal.
Now here's Dragic. He kicks it to Turner. On the wing, Booker. Nice D from Warren.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And the way Warren improved his three-point shooting last year, Doris, was incredible.
No doubt, Kevin. This is a guy who went from below 25% the year before from distance to making over 40% of his range shots. He did all this while coming close to tripling his three-point attempts. What an improvement. Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Booker. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, you love guys who are efficient, reliable free throw shooters. Devin Booker is not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Now, here's Warren. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Wood kicks it over to Schroeder and misses it off the right side of the rim. Celtics trail by 18. Graham surveying the floor. From the line. The shot off that time.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Now here's Dragic after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Dragic kicks to Turner. Dragic against Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Dragic dishes to Booker. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. And it's 6 points for Miles Turner.
Well, you just love how Miles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation, catch and shoot.
So for the Nets, Robert Covington's checked in for T.J. Warren. And it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry. Pass to Powell. That's tipped. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Russell Westbrook. Coming off a terrific season, he was around 23 points a game, 10 assists and 11 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Here's Booker. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Nets leading by 15. Outside, Covington. Pass to Favors. In the corner, Powell with it. 5 on the clock. Off target with his 3. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Now Whiteside. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook.
And their offense has all but disappeared this quarter, shooting in the low 30s for the game. They had some success in that first quarter, but not much since then.
Here's Schroeder. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Powell. The pass to Schroeder. Shot from the wing, and the jumper falls for him. Schroeder's got 5 now.
Really off on his shooting, just 20% this period. Looks like he's getting a bit frustrated.
Westbrook with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Russell Westbrook.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
And so Booker will bring it up for Boston. 15-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Clock at 6. Covington against Whiteside. And his first shot of the game, no good. Nets leading by 15. Here's Schroeder. He's got 5. The 3. Drills the three-pointer. Schroeder's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you have to at least honor the long ball from Dennis Schroeder. He is more than capable from that distance.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league, and also one of the more respected.
And, Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
So here's Westbrook following the bucket by the Nets. To stop the run, buries the long-range jumper. He's got 11. Brooklyn's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Booker against Covington. It's Wood, top of the key. Pass to Schroeder. This one for 3. And Boston with the rebound. Randall surveying the D. Here's Westbrook, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, you think back to the history of players in the NBA, and who can match up to the intensity of Russell Westbrook? This guy goes full speed, 100% every second he's on the floor, and regardless of how you rate Westbrook, you have got to admire what he brings nightly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Doris with Westbrook, that competitive fire and edge he plays with can rub some opponents the wrong way.
It can, Kevin, and to be honest, Russell Westbrook probably wants it exactly that way. He's beloved by so many retired players because to them he brings that old-school NBA mentality.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Wow, the fire, the passion. Russell Westbrook plays the game with such unbridled intensity. The relish he takes in competition on a nightly basis is special.
But they get it back. Robinson down low. Randall on him. Robinson misses.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Stolen by Robinson. And here's the fast break. Westbrook with the steal. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Pass to Westbrook. From deep. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. It's going to help them chip away at that lead.
Now here's Powell. Schroeder surveying the floor. For 3, Covington. Offensive rebound, Robinson. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Westbrook. Basket counts. Westbrook's got 18 points.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
Outside, Covington. Passes it to Adebayo. Here's the floater. And Adebayo throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Covington into the lane. Randall with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Now Covington. Following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by the Celtics. Randall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He dishes it to Harrell. Celtics passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. A three-pointer off the mark.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for the Nets. Kyle Lowry comes in for Dennis Schroeder. He hits the second from the line. Nets leading by 15. Outside Lowry. Baseline try. Here's Adebayo. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Kuzma. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Kuzma's got his third bucket of the night.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Now, here is Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Boston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Floats it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here's Warren. He's got 18, and the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. The pass to Powell. Shoots over Graham. A shot by Powell, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
15 seconds left now here in the second. 6 to shoot. Outside Dragic. Over Robinson. They get it back. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a start for T.J. Warren. He had 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? T.J. Warren, a very impressive effort here today.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Celtics. Whiteside is out there with Randall. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Kuzma's got the first field goal of the second half for the Celtics. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, "I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again." And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And stolen by Whiteside. He's all alone. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Boy, how about the blinding speed in transition? Donovan Mitchell, ferocious, attacking in the open floor.
Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
That free throw missing. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
The kick out to Warren. 5 to shoot. And another shot. The shot will not fall. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Randall finds Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Boston. For 3, Westbrook. Boston, no good that time either.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Warren, the pass to Lowry. Fires the 3. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. For 3, Westbrook. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Lowry passes to Powell. Now here's Adebayo. The Nets need to get a shot off here.
Get up, Mr. Covington. That is a very quick riser.
Celtics trail by 8. Mitchell passes to Whiteside. Now the dish to Westbrook. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That'll be his second foul of the game. Derek Favors checked in for the Nets. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Powell. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Boston called for the foul.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip,
Shooting 2.
which is far better than most.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. So he gets them both. Celtics trail by 10. Westbrook kicks to Randall. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Westbrook. Shoots a three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Warren's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Booker, the 10-footer. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Powell against Randall. A floater. And the layup by Powell. Powell's got 10.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
You cannot give Russell Westbrook a lane to the basket. This guy will slam it in your face quicker than you can say boo.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 8. And here is Warren. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flight.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Westbrook against Powell. Ooh, the double clutch. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, the relentless energy with which Russell Westbrook plays throws his body at the defense and picks up the foul.
And, Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Boston making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. Then for the Nets, Christian Wood comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Norman Powell. And so Westbrook makes them both. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And stolen by Kuzma. Goes up, and Kuzma slams it in.
And that's the hustle you love seeing from Kuzma. And when he moves like that, he is tough to guard.
Warren kicks it over to Schroeder. The Nets working the ball around now. Passes to Wood. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 10 points for Dennis Schroeder.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Westbrook dishes to Booker. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Wood. Nets leading by 14. Left side Lowry. And the pass to Favors. And Whiteside sends it back. And he recovers it. Lowry against Westbrook. Lowry passes to Favors. A second chance effort. He's off on that one. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Westbrook with it. Lowry picks him up. The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
One shot. One shot.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Lowry dishes to Favors. Back to Lowry. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Lowry's got 10.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Graham kicks to Booker. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And the shot by Warren, no good. Celtics trail by 11. Pass to Booker. Out to the right wing. Here's Harrell. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Harrell's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Devin Booker is known as a scorer, but this guy will find you if you're open.
Now here is Lowry. Graham defending. Outside Favors. Back to Lowry. From the arc. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Westbrook passes to Turner. Kicks to Harrell. Pass to Westbrook. Got a piece of it. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Boston. And a change for the Nets. Robinson's checked in. Now, here's Warren. Defense right on him. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Celtics trail by 12. Graham, the pass to Dragic. Count the basket.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Knocked away. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Robert Covington's checked in for T.J. Warren. Here's Robinson. Outside Covington. Shot clock at 5. Robinson passes to Wood. Lowry against Dragic, and Lowry gets double teamed. Nobody near Schroeder, and the Nets miss again.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
The Nets leading by 10. From outside the arc, Kept alive. Covington uses the glass to finish the layup. Covington's got 9 points.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Dragic kicks to Booker. Passes it to Harrell. Now Booker, guarded by Robinson. Covington against Booker. Good D by Covington. Now here is Lowry. Not a lot of room. He gets that one. Lowry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Harrell dishes to Dragic. Banked in off the glass. Dragic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Right side Robinson. Back to Lowry. No good that time. Good work defensively by Turner. Celtics trail by 12. 54 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Graham. Lowry covering. And it's Graham missing. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Good work there as it goes.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Here's Graham. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the right side. Dragic against Lowry. Dragic the pass to Booker. Shoots over Covington. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Devin Booker. Now here's Schroeder. He's got 10. And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, the 24th pick back in the 2006 NBA draft. Who knew Kyle Lowry would develop into a perennial all-star? What an impressive career.
Here's Lowry. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for Brooklyn now, Robinson is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Lowry. And it's Powell in a two-guard. Now, here's Mitchell. Offline with his three.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Covington with the bucket.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Celtics trail by 15. Now Dragic floats it up there for Harrell. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Lowry. Outside, Covington. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Robinson. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll host the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim, Doris, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
And the second free throw, good. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Dragic kicks to Randall. Over to the wing. Here's Kuzma. Good on the triple.
And proving once again that he has the touch from beyond. Kuzma effective at cashing in there.
Powell with it. There's the pass to Lowry. And to get open is Robinson. Lowry's shot is good. Lowry's got 20.
Well, small frame, but big heart. How about Kyle Lowry's toughness on the finish through contact?
Kuzma finds Mitchell. Three-pointer. No good on the shot. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Covington passes to Lowry. Robinson dishes to Lowry. Outside, Covington. Goes back up. And it's Robinson with the bucket inside.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Dragic. Here's Kuzma. Off target from outside. Knocks it loose. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Harrell. Shoots over Powell. And it's Harrell missing. Brooklyn leading by 15. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Adebayo throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Now here's Dragic. Here's Kuzma. That three off the mark. Lowry against Mitchell. Lowry passes to Powell. Rebound Boston. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Mitchell missing.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Here's Lowry. Dragic with some nice D. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 17. Kuzma can't get it to go. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And the basket by Lowry. Lowry's got 16 points here in the second half.
Give him another. This guy may not be the tallest or most athletic, but Kyle Lowry can find ways to score.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, I think Coach calls this timeout right now because he's not happy with the distribution of shots. Difficult shots, contested shots. You've got to get a better offensive rhythm.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Whiteside comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And the Nets also making a change. Warren's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Now here's Westbrook. Here's Whiteside. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Covington. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Westbrook against Warren. Free throw line jump shot. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Lowry against Westbrook. Lowry can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 21. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Powell, the pass to Lowry. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Just 5 to shoot. Powell for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that 3, the more the floor opens up.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Randall kicks to Whiteside. Mitchell outside. Shoots over Powell. And it's Mitchell missing.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Now, here's Warren. Pass to Lowry. Jacks up a 3. And Boston with the rebound. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path. Donovan Mitchell able to play with both power but also finesse. He's got long arms, big hands. He can do so much on a basketball court.
One shot. One shot.
And before every game, you see Mitchell working on those skill finishes.
You have to be able to elevate off 1 foot in traffic, something he could not do in college. Now you think about what this guy uses in his toolbox. Floaters, scoop shots, wrong-footed quick releases, and he's absolutely fearless attacking the rim.
Here's Mitchell. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry, Mitchell finds Westbrook. The shot from 20 feet away. Good on the jump shot. Westbrook's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, how about the handle of Russell Westbrook? Makes that slash into the defense look easy.
Here's Warren. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lobbed up there for Mitchell. And no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Here's Powell. Passes it to Warren.
Hey, yo, right here.
Launches it. Buries it from 3-point range. Warren's got 21 in the game.
Boy, it really doesn't take much for T.J. Warren to get started on the offensive end. And once he finds his rhythm, just get him the ball.
Westbrook passes to Kuzma. Outside Westbrook. Rebounded by the Nets. Adebayo's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
The Nets making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Brooklyn with the ball. Dishes it to Warren. Lowry against Kuzma. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Warren.
Great to see Kuzma working so hard defensively, showing how effective he can be.
Mitchell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
Two shots. No problem. Let's see it.
That one is off. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
And he sinks the second. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And here's Westbrook. Shoots from the elbow, and yes, it's good. Westbrook's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Well, you love seeing Westbrook fire with confidence from the mid-range. This guy knows he can consistently make those shots.
Bounce pass from Lowry. For three, Covington. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. Boston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Westbrook drives in, makes it off the glass. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Defender in his grill, and Russell says, "Let me shake you off, sir. I've got to score this."
Knocked loose. Westbrook with the steal. All alone. Oh,
young fella.
The absolute ferocity from Russell Westbrook. The rim. My goodness, how you feeling?
Now the pass to Powell. Nets passing it around. Here's Warren. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications. That happened. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 21. 1:53 left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, T.J. Warren.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list.
Boy, they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
Payton against White. Here's Bryant. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Brooklyn.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for T.J. Warren.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game. Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
White looking around. Porter kicks to White. Five on the clock. Favors can't get it to go. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Dragic with a wide open look. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Make a play, come on! Let's go!
Dragic against Porter. Pass to Kuzma. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Derek, what was the focus for your team tonight?
We just came out, played hard. That was the whole purpose of practice yesterday. Fix what we did, importantly on defense, just come out and play harder and just play better.
Yeah, the defense was outstanding tonight, and that led to the win. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.